Basics, hope you're all okay. It's been lovely to hear from some of you over the phone over the past few weeks, and it sounds like you're doing really well, so keep it up. We are now on to our next pack, so we're going to be having a look at the Maths Day 1, and that is adding and subtracting fractions, alright? And the good thing about looking at fractions is we get to talk about pizza. Okay, so let's have a look at a pizza. And it's got 6 slices, alright? And I'm going to have 2 of those 6. Okay, there's 2 out of the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slices. And Mrs. Kamar is going to have 3 6. So I'm going to call in 3 6. Okay, and we're going to add those together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All together, there's 5 6. Okay, so we've added some fractions there. And it's a lot easier when we've got the same denominator. So what if I was taking them away? Well, let's have a look. If I've got 5 6 there, and I eat 4 6, how many's left? Let's take those 4 6 away. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can see I've only got 1 6 left. Okay? So when we are adding and subtracting, we can only add when our denominator is the same. So let's have a look now. What if I had this question? I've got half, add 1 6. I can't just go ahead and add these because I need to make sure that my denominator is the same. So I'm going to draw a picture to help me. If you want to do this at home to help you work yours out, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so I've got, again, we can talk about food. Think of this as a chocolate bar. Okay, I'm going to colour half of that chocolate bar. I'm going to eat half of that chocolate bar. Okay, so that's all of that half. I can see that's a half straight away. And 1 6. Okay, so it's split into 6. And I've got 1. So all together, how many 6 have I got? Coloured. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all together, I've got 1 6. Okay. Let's do a subtraction this time. Let's go for 2 5. Take away 1 10. And again, I'm going to draw a diagram to help me. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 parts. Okay, so I've got 2 5. So I'm going to draw, I can see there's 5ths there, if I look long ways. I'm going to colour 2 5. And I'm going to take away 1 10. So I'm not going to colour another one in there this time because that would be adding. So I'm now going to take 1 away. Alright, so that's going to be, how many have I got left? I've got 3 10ths. Okay, there is an easy way to do this without drawing your diagrams. There's nothing wrong with drawing your diagrams if it helps you. Okay, but this is the way we need to work it out. If you think back to a couple of lessons ago, we looked at equivalent fractions, and you're going to use that knowledge to work out, to make sure that your denominators are the same. Okay, so let's have a go. We are going to look at, let's go for 2/5 add 2/15. So you can see my denominators are not the same. So I need to make sure they are the same so I can add them. Okay, so it would be easier if I were to change this one. So I'm going to make sure that this becomes 15 on the bottom. But remember, whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So I need to think, what can I do to the 5 to make 15? Because I want 15 on the bottom on both of those. Okay, I can times it by 3. So whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So I'm going to do 2 times 3, which is 6. So 6 add 2 now. I can do that because they are the same. So 6 add 2 is 8 15s. So I don't add these denominators. It doesn't become 30, okay, that stays the same. So you add the numerators, the top numbers, but the denominator, when they're the same, it stays the same at the end. Okay, let's do a subtraction. If I have 15/20, take away 2/5. Okay, I need to make these two the same. So how could I maybe make this one with the same denominator? I can see I could divide that by 4, because 20 divided by 4 makes 5. But can I divide 15 by 4? Because remember, whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. I can't divide 15 by 4, so I know that's not going to work, so I cannot do that. Okay, so I'm going to have a go at times in this one to make it bigger. So I'm going to have 20 as my denominator. How have I got to 20? I've times 5 by 4 to get 20. So whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So 2 times 4 would get me 8. And don't forget you had 15/20 there. So 15/20, take away 8/20 would be 7/20. Because remember, the denominator stays the same. Alright. Now it's over to you. I would like you to have a go. I'm going to give you a couple of questions on the board. Okay, here are your 3 questions. You can pause this video now and have a go, and then we'll come back and have a look how we got to the answers. Okay? Right, you should have had a go at these 3 questions, so let's have a look and see if you've got the same answers. So I'm going to add these. I've got my add sign. I'm going to look at my denominators. They are both the same, so I can keep them how they are. So I'm going to do 5, add 3 is 8/12. So 8/12 is the answer for the first one. Okay, my next one, I've got 7/20 and 2/5. The denominators are not the same, so I'm going to have to change one. I'm going to use my equivalent fraction knowledge, and I'm going to change this. So I've got 7/20 plus, how many 20ths would it be? I've times it by 4, so I'm going to times this by 4, so that would get me 8/20. So it would be 15/20. Now, think back to your last pack, you looked at simplifying fractions. Do you think you can have a quick go now if you haven't done it already and simplify that fraction for me? What would 15/20 be simplified? it would be 1/4. No, it wouldn't. It would be 3/4 because I've divided them both by 5, okay, and that cannot get any lower, so it would be 3/4, okay, but either of those answers are fine. Next one, we've got 15/16, take away 1/8. So 15/16, take away 2/16, okay, because I've had to times both of these by 2, so that would get me 13/16, okay, and that cannot be simplified. So there should be your answers. Okay, if you haven't got those right, maybe just go through it again, see if you can do it the same way I have, okay? And now it is over to you in your pack. You have got 3 different challenges to choose from, and there is a challenge, an extra challenge at the end for you to have a go at. All right, so good luck. I hope you do well with that, and I will see you for tomorrow's lesson. See you later.